Can't stop time, Mr.
Name's Riddle.
What can I do for you?
I hear tell you got a fancy gun. A revolver all engraved in gold.
That I do. Hell of a thing, something extra special. Words don't rightly describe it. You from around here?
No, sir. But I rode a fair distance just to see it.
It's right over here. Funny thing, though. It's got no markings of manufacture. Sure didn't come from a factory. I got no idea who made it.
It sure is everything I heard it was. How much?
Not for sale.
I'll give you $100 for it.
No, sir.
$200 then.
No. Not for anything.
How come?
For some things, just plain money seems a poor trade. It's kind of an inspiration to me. It's perfect. More precise than the finest timepiece. You see, Mr. Riddle, I'm a watchmaker, about the best there is. But I never even come close to making something that good. What are you doing?
Well, I heard it takes 45s. So I guess there's no use us discussing further. You selling it to me then, huh?
Like I told you, it's not for sale. That's my last word.
Well, you said it. I didn't.
Harlan Riddle is a desperate and sinful man. The prize he carries will make him rich, but his reward would be paid in a cold currency, minted by the dead man's gun. In the American West, a gun touched by evil passed from hand to hand, changing the lives of all who possessed it. Its origin unknown, its dark legend grew, till it came to be known as dead man's gun.
I let myself in. You always leave your door unlocked?
You were the only visitor I was expecting, Mr. Riddle. Did you get it?
Well, if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. You never did tell me your name.
What's in a name? Pick anyone you like. Smith, Jones.
Oh, I understand. See, I don't always go by the same name myself. Inconvenient sometimes.
Yes, one must adapt to circumstances. Don't you agree, Mr. Riddle? For our purposes, Mr. Smith will do. Did you have much trouble getting it?
What's the difference?
Just curious.
Ain't no trouble. It's what I do.
And there were no casualties?
Did I say that? There were. 2.
Unfortunate.
Well, not for me.
Who were they?
Doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not.
What does matter is the $1,000 you owe me. Cash on delivery.
That was our agreement.
Let me ask you something. I mean, what's so important about it that you pay that kind of money? It's just a gun.
Oh, no. That's where you're wrong, Mr. Riddle. This weapon has, shall we say, special properties.
Properties.
Unlike anything you've ever experienced or dreamt of. For instance, what if I told you that in the right hands, you would never miss?
Listen, what do you take me for? Ain't no sidearm ever made could do that. Never miss.
Ever hear of a man named Harry McDonagall?
Can't say that I have.
The great McDonagall. You came to know the truth of what I've just said.
But Harry, what you're saying can't be true.
It is, I swear. And with this in my hand, I can't miss.
That's crazy.
Crazy, huh? Come out here, I'll show you something. Okay. Watch this. See, I told you.
I don't understand.
Neither do I, but I'm not going to question it. I've always said I was destined for bigger things, and this is it.
Harry was about to end his career in the small time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wheel of Death.
A man he couldn't miss. That ain't possible. That don't make any sense.
It's natural that you would be skeptical. You're not the first to doubt the true nature of owning this gun.
There's something just not right about all this, Harry.
Not right. Everything about it is right. For the first time in my life, luck is going my way.
No, this isn't luck, Harry. It's almost like...
Magic?
What is it about that gun that allows you to shoot like that?
Who cares? What's the difference? Can't you just enjoy our good fortune?
What happens if the magic goes away?
It won't.
But what if it does?
Stop worrying. Let me handle the act. I'll take care of everything.
She was right, of course. Harry was in trouble. Big trouble. He owed money from gambling debts. He ended up betting his very life on an impossible shot.
Any man could do that, be set for life.
He was, in a manner of speaking. His fortune was made with this gun.
So what happened to him? How come we got it, and he don't?
Let's say Harry made a slight error in judgment.
Give me 3 of your best cigars.
I'll be right with you. I'm just serving this young...
You again. What did I say about following me around?
Oh, I wasn't following you. I was here first. Mister, I'd like some of that penny candy. Hey!
Miss McDonald,
Do I get those cigars or not? It's the trouble with young people today. No respect.
Well, they ain't right pushing people out of the
Keep
way.
your mouth shut before you get into trouble. Remember who you're talking to.
Well, I'm talking to about the rudest man I ever run into. And I figure you owe me an apology.
I'd sooner bury you, Sonny. Now make yourself scarce.
Then I'll be waiting for you outside.
Ooh.
No, Miss McDonald, I don't think you...
Nobody's asking you.
Mr. McDonald, I...
You still here? You better walk away while you can.
Harry, what are you doing? He's just a boy.
Well, if he's this stupid, he's not going to grow up to be a man now, is he? None too bright, are you, boy? Remember, I'm the great McDonald, the deadliest shot alive.
But nobody could.
Guess you'll be needing this no more.
Tried to tell him, but he just wouldn't listen. Damn fool just drew him.
Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid. That's a tough break.
Harry was the best shot alive. But he couldn't draw worth a damn. A detail which, I imagine, eluded him until it was too late.
So what are you trying to tell me? Just having that there iron's hard luck.
You'll find that those who have owned it have all too often come to an unfortunate end. So much so that it has acquired a curious name, the dead man's gun.
You trying to scare me, Mr. Smith?
There are times when being afraid is advisable, Mr. Riddle. Many people have held this weapon. Some were dangerous men, like you. But they all got a different result than they expected.
So why the hell you want it?
Shall we say sentimental attachment?
Now, I ain't the superstitious type. A man makes his own luck.
Of course, Mr. Riddle. Perhaps you're right.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I got some angry folks after me. Likely close behind. So if it ain't no bother, I'll take my money now and be on my way.
As you wish.
You always leave that kind of money lying around?
I understand your need for haste, Mr. Riddle. Goodbye.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Back so soon?
That posse I was telling you about. They're all over town. Gotta stay here for a while.
And most welcome. Please, steady your nerves.
But you know I'll be back.
I just had a feeling. You're safe for now. If they come to the door, I'll simply send them away.
I don't know.
You said yourself, they're all over town. Choices, Mr. Riddle. A man must make prudent choices. The last thing you want to do is make a hasty decision.
Maybe you're right.
Trust me on this. The gun tends to foster rash behavior. A man named Raymond Jakes had it. He was tempted as well.
What was he? Outlaw, lawman.
Storekeeper.
What would a storekeeper need with something so special?
Raymond Jakes aspired to a more adventurous life. That of a bounty hunter.
Very impressive. Mind if I try it?
Something wrong?
I don't like this gun, Raymond. Something about it gives me a hinky feeling. I can't explain it.
It's a damn good weapon.
Raymond, I think you should get rid of this gun.
It's got into you. You're talking like my wife.
I've never been a superstitious man, but I got the strongest feeling. No. I know that gun will bring you to a bad end.
Price! Victor Price! Victor Price! Stop!
Seems like Jakes did have a calling after all.
Well, we got his man, all right. But maybe he should have listened to that old shootist.
But... No, Raymond. The only mistake was yours. You killed a lawman, and it's gonna cost you.
Raymond Walter Jakes, having been found guilty of the crime of murder, it is our sad duty to carry out the sentence of the court, that you be duly executed. Is there anything you'd like to say before we...
It wasn't my fault.
Raymond, we've got to be moving along.
Everyone who touches it comes to a bad end.
Many do. But it's not that simple.
It affects each person in a different way. It's a kind of mirror of the soul of the one who owns it.
Mirror of the soul? What's that supposed to mean? That's crazy talk.
Not at all. The gun merely completes its owner. It builds on what's already there. It's a bit like growing old. It tends to make people like themselves, only more so.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
People are like snowflakes, Mr. Riddle. No two are alike. You bring who and what you are to the dead man's gun.
And everyone who owns it dies with it.
One man, Phineas Newman, brought his need for redemption.
Phineas Newman?
He was a hangman, a professional, like the one who hanged Raymond Jakes. But each of those he hanged took their toll on him. As a hangman, Phineas was a social pariah, an outcast.
Have you ever hanged an innocent man, Mr. Newman? You can choose not to do this.
Would you pour the lady a glass? Please.
I ain't no lady. I'm a whore.
How much?
Mister, I've been with hundreds of men. From horse thieves to killers. I've even been with a man of the cloth. Made me call him Daddy.
I'm not a man of the cloth.
I've done everything you can imagine. Everything a woman can do. But I wouldn't sleep with you for all the money in the world. Hangman.
Looks like you're out of luck.
Yeah. Looks like.
And where did he get the gun?
He had received it from a doomed client at about the time his own life hit bottom.
There's no life in your eyes. You're just as dead as the men you hang. I wouldn't sleep with you.
You've done this before, haven't you, mister?
You're about to hang an innocent man.
Hang. There's no life in your eyes. I wouldn't sleep with you for all the money in the world.
You're about to commit murder.
You've done this before.
There's no life in your eyes.
You're about to hang an innocent man.
Get away from me! Get away from me! You don't know! You don't know my life!
I have set before
Get
you
away from me!
life and death. Therefore, choose life.
Do you know?
Hangman. You're just as dead. Just as dead.
Now I understand you. Neither of us can give life. But both of us can decide when to take it.
It wasn't Phineas's time. He made a choice. He ceased being a hangman, got rid of the gun, and redeemed his life. He was one of the few to survive.
Survive? They misfired, that's all.
No.
Listen, it's a gun. It ain't got no mind, no will. When I hold this gun in my hand, I have it. You don't have me.
Most of those who own this gun thought as you do. Very few were alive when it moved on.
You tell me if I was to keep this here dead man's gun, it'd get me too?
Given what I've seen of you thus far, Mr. Riddle, I would say that there's a better than even chance.
You just insult me.
That was not my intent. But you do have your character flaws, like the others. What do you think it would reveal about you?
I don't think it can reveal much about anything.
Perhaps. But let me tell you what it showed Travis Thornberry. He was a small-town photographer, snapped pictures of weddings, took portraits of local farmers, and all the while, he dreamed of fame and fortune, which seemed unlikely. Then he made a remarkable discovery.
Pay top dollar for any additional photographs of the true and violent West. It's a gun.
You see, Travis discovered it held the key to his ambitions. Wherever it was, curious events occurred. Violence, murder, and even stranger things. It would provide him with all the pictures he'd ever imagined. He could photograph it all. He simply had to follow the gun.
All right, good work, man. I'll take it from here.
Well, he's a boy, Lyndon. He can't be more than 14 or 15.
Well, I fail to see the significance in age, Mr. Thornberry. I believe that John Wesley Hardin was just 15 when he killed his first man. I suggest you come over here to my left. I believe the angle's a little more flattering for me there.
You really gonna take a picture of this? I mean, it's not right.
Out of the way, Lou. Tell me when you're ready, Mr. Thornberry. Ready. In that case. All right, draw your weapon, little boy, on the count of 3.
But I've surrendered.
You can't surrender. You draw your piece, little boy. You want a fighting chance. Now!
I remember that picture. It's in all the newspapers. Death of little boy Dawkins. It must have made Thornberry famous.
For a moment. But there's always a price. You see, he'd become obsessed with the gun. Instead of just observing and taking pictures, he chose to cross the line and become part of the action.
Are you there?
Yeah.
You're getting out. Take it. Hey, what's the matter with you? Don't you hear me? Take it, Bodine. I said you're getting out. Take it. Hey, what's the matter with you?
Hold it right there.
You see, Mr. Riddle, more often than not, fame is fleeting, like vapor, and fortunes are made and lost. Many men have used that gun, like you, to acquire wealth. Very few have lived to enjoy it.
That's easy enough for you to say. A rich man like you put a $1,000 bounty on a sidearm. I bet you got plenty of money in that drawer.
All the money in the world won't make those people outside go away.
They're out there. You never mentioned any of this when you hired me to get that thing for you.
Well, at the time, it wasn't your business.
It is now. I brought this all the way here. Now I got a posse right outside looking to do me in.
Choices, Mr. Riddle. I didn't kill that watchmaker and his wife. You did.
I never mentioned them. How'd you know that? There's something not right about all this. Something not right about you. Or maybe it is hard luck or whatever you call it. But from my way of thinking, you ain't paid me enough money for my trouble.
What about our bargain?
The hell with our bargain and the hell with you.
To hell, indeed. I recall a man who used similar words and thought, as you do, that he could ride roughshod through life and escape ultimate justice.
About now, I ain't much interested.
If you'll indulge me. This example has more relevance to you than any of the others.
You're gonna burn in hellfire, son. You're gonna burn.
Yeah. Ever since that time, I reckon I broke every law there is. And I'm here to tell you, I ain't even warm yet.
There he is.
Get your mess up.
All right, now listen up.
You're gonna open up that bank for us, or I'll blow your head clean off. Forget it.
On, move.
Come on, you just keep thinking about that bullet in your head.
You two get over there and keep lookout.
You get in there and open up that safe, quick.
Let's start filling up those bags, boy. Get over there. Get down.
He used this very weapon to commit a bank robbery. But it all went wrong.
Come on, kid. Come on.
You killed my pa.
Oh, come on, ain't no big thing. Say maybe I saved you a trip to hell. Come on, kid, you're a bank robber now. I'll take you with me.
You killed my pa!
Oh. Hey!
You killed him!
Oh. You coming with me, boy? Well, then get out of my way. I'm asking you one last time. Don't make me do this. You were there?
I have not been telling you fanciful tales, Mr. Riddle, but what I personally witnessed. You see, I was present at each of the events that I have described to you. I have seen this gun administer justice in various forms.
Why'd you hire me? How come you didn't get it yourself?
Because you were intended to be the next to have it. You have led, shall we say, less than an exemplary life, Mr. Riddle. You were intended to be the next to have it.
Now I know I ain't been paid enough.
If a man doesn't live by his word, what is he?
Never you mind. What I am is somebody who wants to find out how much more money you got in that drawer. Now you crazy, and you rich, but you none too bright.
And how's that?
You know what I am. You know what I do. I got this loaded revolver right here in my hand. I got your money right there, and I'm about to get the rest. So like I said, Mr. Smith, whatever the hell your name is, you're none too bright. I'm about done here. But so are you. What the hell's the matter with you? You don't seem too concerned.
I'm not.
How come?
Because I am the original owner.
Original owner? But if it's the dead man's gun,
I'll show you.
You have only yourself to blame, Mr. Riddle. You should never have broken our agreement.
was he shooting at?
Who knows?
We'll get the gravedigger to collect him. Come on.
Care to take your turn with the dead man's gun?